Speaking of some of those other teams, Jedd Fisch, he got a big win out of the portal in a guy that had already decided he wanted to go to Washington and play for Kalen DeBoer. That's Will Rogers. So Will Rogers, he's going to go to Washington after all. He was the Mississippi State quarterback. He transferred to Washington. Then DeBoer leaves. He goes back into the portal. You know, where's he going to go? And now he's removed his name from the portal, and he's going to stay at Washington. I think that is a big win for Jedd Fisch, because now I can look at Washington and say, okay, you know, I think that they're going to take a little step back, but now you've got some players. I like what Jedd Fisch has done clearly at Arizona, and they brought in the running back Jonah Coleman, a couple of corners from Arizona. They brought in a few linemen from other schools, which will help them replenish up front what they're losing. I get it that they still lost some really good players in the transfer portal, but that's, I think, almost expected, right? I mean, you can't have this type of coaching change and not lose at least a couple of guys. Their center, Parker Brailsford, he went to Bama. Jabbar Muhammad, he has committed to Oregon. That's a big get for Oregon. He's a really good defensive back at the corner position. Quarterback Austin Mack, he went down to Bama. So, yeah, they lost some guys, but they're getting some reinforcements, and I think the same can be said about Kalen DeBoer. It seems like, okay, bleeding has stopped. All right, now we're back in school. Okay, we're into off-season strength and conditioning, like I was just talking about, and we've got a quarterback with Will Rogers. So now it leads you to look at their schedule. What is Washington going to be after this run to the national championship game? I think Jedd Fisch could do pretty well early, but then their slate late in the year gets really difficult. Their last 7 games are going to be very tough. This is what it looks like. They've got to play Michigan. They've got to go to Iowa, at Indiana, USC, at Penn State, UCLA, and at Oregon. That's a really tough finish in Jedd Fisch's first year. But remember, just remember, he did take over an Arizona team that was winless. They won one game in his first year, and he just left after they won 10 games. So if anybody can do it, I do think he can, but a big win for him with Will Rogers. Thank you for watching the Joel Klatt Show YouTube channel. And if you liked this clip, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel, and you can stay up to date on all of my college football coverage.